Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Elite Gaming Season 1 launch night. Hope you guys are all well and joined by Jaden and Dale. G'day, guys.
G'day, Zach. How are we? Hey, Gaden.
There we go.
Very good. Good to be back into the stream of things.
Yeah, it's been a really long time, that's for sure, between innings there.
And lots happened, but obviously we're here for the launch night of our Season 1 for AFL 23, and even though there's a few things happening with the game at the moment, hopefully we're not too far away for some getting into it, I guess.
Yeah, that's right. There's a lot to be excited for, that's for sure. Plenty to be excited for. Games had a few hiccups, but those hiccups hopefully will be rectified this week, and we'll be going ahead and smashing it, hopefully.
That's it. Exactly. Well, hopefully there's some pretty updates in the next few days, I think. Obviously tomorrow night is a pretty big update, but we'll get straight into it, and we'll just I've just got a few details about the comp I want to go through for those who haven't been involved in our comps before, and obviously for those who have, we know what's going on with it. So for this competition, so we're looking at 17 rounds. So obviously just playing each other once. And at the moment, the starting date we're looking at is the 15th of May, which is not tomorrow, but next Monday. So that sort of gives us 1 week from tomorrow to start playing. But obviously that'll depend on how the game is going. Obviously there's a big few updates coming in the next few days. So that's sort of the posture on there on the 15th, just to see what happens with that. And then obviously everyone's thinking about the trade period. So the trade period, so how it will work. So there'll be 10 trades each as a maximum. This includes like 3-way trades as well. So it's still one transaction. And obviously both coaches have to agree to the trades. And they're to be submitted on the website. So for those who haven't seen the website, you go to the chat section, which is in the bottom right, and you just simply screenshot the message and just send it there. So if you don't do that, it won't count as a valid trade. So hopefully that makes a little bit more sense. So that starts tomorrow at 9 o'clock. That'll start, so you can start sending through that via the website from tomorrow. If you haven't already started some trading discussions, I know some people have. I think Jaden has. Has he? Have you?
No.
No? Oh, no.
Not yet.
Not yet.
The first.
And then it'll end on Saturday. So gives about 6 days or so to do that. And then that'll finish up at 8 o'clock Victorian time. Not WA time.
It's Melbourne time.
Not Reece Melbourne time. I can see he's in the chat, possibly, but I have a feeling that's not him. And then we can see that Spencer says we want Reece, and Zach Ridley says I don't remember what team I am. That's right, we will announce that as well, just for a recap. Well, actually, I'll get into that now, actually. So I'll put up the Division 1 teams. So just for those who don't know their team, everyone in Division 1 should know their teams by now. We've had a new member come in, which is in Div 1, which is Jaden's friend, actually, Jacob. That's your friend, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Has he played the game before? Like
Yeah,
he's
played Evo 2. Yeah, he's played Evo 2. Beat me a couple of times as well. So it should be interesting.
That's wow. Look out.
So he's
And on my
somebody to
host.
watch for.
And on your host. What was that, Dale?
He's somebody to watch out for then, I guess.
Definitely, and we'll come to that very shortly in the stream. to those kind of things. And also Anthony as well. We welcome him as well because he's quite new to us as well. It's good to have him in Div 1.
Taking on the valiant North Melbourne.
Yeah. And we'll go to Div 2. So Div 2's been up and down a little bit, but it's now full again after we had some issues with some, obviously, Xbox being delayed. We sort of took them out just for inactive list just for now. So we've got a few new guys in there as well as some mates of people in Div 1 and even some siblings as well from Div 1, which is good.
Yeah, no, certainly Div 2's teams will be certainly very strong, I think, as well, too. And I think answer Zach's question as to what team he will be coaching. He'll be coaching the Cats.
Yeah, the Cats.
Definitely. There's certainly some standout players in the Div 2 division that will certainly provide some high-level competition and certainly could even compete with the Div 1 players as well too.
Exactly, and we'll might even hand over to you now, Dale, to maybe explain a little bit more about what you sort of just glimpsed on there.
Yeah, so we're introducing a brand new initiative for Elite Gaming AFL 23 comps, introducing a ranking system whereby by all divisions, depending on where you finish on the ladder, each coach will be awarded ranking points, and these will continue on into the future. But I guess the essential aim is that it will help position where we put players in divisions in the future, as well as also what the draft order is if there is a draft. Obviously, we're not having a draft this time around because we've got all the teams are filled. If we do have a draft, well, we'll be utilising the ranking system as a way of measuring the order, basically, rather than a random order. That way, providing kind of a bit of an advantage to the weaker sides and the weaker coaches, and also providing a bit more of a challenge to those top quality coaches as well too. That's, I guess, the first part. The first part of our Elite Gaming announcements. The second announcement is that we've partnered with 3 other gaming leagues. In Oz Gaming, Play Nation Esports, and the Aussie Rules Esports League as well, to form what's called now the AFL Gaming Universe. And as part of that, top 4 teams from the Division 1 competition, our preliminary finalists, will automatically represent Elite Gaming in the Champion of Champions Cup, which will see the top 4 teams from each of the 4 leagues play off in an elimination style 2-leg tournament, with the overall winner being the Champion of Champions, and I guess regarded as the best AFL 23 coach in the AFL gaming universe. So that's not just across, the teams here in Elite, but that's also the other 3 teams, other 3 leagues as well, which they have, not just 1 or 2 leagues. Some of them have 3 leagues, and it can be quite competitive. So, huge opportunity for all our coaches and participants. Hopefully, we'll have an Elite champion come the final, and yeah.
Yeah, very good. I'm pretty excited about this because it's obviously something we haven't done before, and it's pretty cool that we'll, out of 4 whole leagues, and there's a number of members. I couldn't even tell you how many of the members there are. That for us to compete in 4 leagues is just pretty cool, and it's definitely going to be something that I look forward to.
And it's something that no other league that I'm aware of, and I'm sure you can probably say the same thing, Zach, that no other league outside of these 4 leagues does anything close to what we're doing with our partnership. Yes.
Yeah, I would agree. Obviously, and this is just the top of what This is a small bit of what we're going to be doing, and plenty more to come.
That's exactly right. Plenty more to come. Plenty more new initiatives, and we'll always be advocating for our members and participants, and making sure Elite is leading the AFL gaming esports universe.
Exactly, in that universe, exactly. All right. Well, hopefully that obviously for some people who would like to see that in writing and stuff, we will get some graphics up, and there'll be some more info about that when we get to that stage. But hopefully that's just a little bit of an insight for the people to what's coming up. Thanks for that, Dale. And we'll might go over to you now, Jaden. You've got some awesome graphic that you've put together, and into our season 1 for Division 1.
Wait for that to come up on the screen. So these are the Melbourne Bet odds for the season 1, brought to you by Reece Melbourne himself. And then we did have the vote the other day, so that affected the odds, and it'll obviously change throughout the season, I guess.
Yeah.
So may as well go through a couple of the teams as well. So, what I've had at the top, I won't talk about myself. One of you can, I guess. Then we got Jack.
I'll talk. Yeah, okay. Well, I'm sure Dale will have a word as well, but we'll just go through everyone, yes, and have a little bit of a summary. I guess Jaden is at the top just because, based on experience, and he's been one of the most, probably the best that I've seen for a while, host and away. Obviously, we don't know how this game's going to work, but I know from host and away games in Evo 2, Jaden's been probably one of the top leaders, definitely. Would you agree, Dale?
Yeah, no, certainly. I've come used to being flogged by Gaden by, 100 points or more on Evo 2, and I guess the same thing could be said for Gak. And even Connor to an extent as well, although towards the end of the Evo 2 era, I was starting to be a bit more competitive, but certainly those 3 are up there in terms of some of the best players, I guess.
Yeah. Then
Mr. Fiddler, certainly I would put him as one of the front runners for the first Premier.
Back to you, Jaden.
We got Lachlan Muir and coaching the Hawks, so he showed some good form towards the end of last season in the comp. So be interesting to see how he goes this year. And Cooper as well, bit of interest in the market there. Mitchell Palmer next, and the Saints just drifted slightly, and then a lot of interest as well. So this should be a pretty close comp, I think. But
well, it's an open slate, isn't it? Really,
it's very open. Even Jacob, new coach, first comp with us.
He's risen up there.
Yeah.
I think it's important to note, we've got newcomers in Anthony and Lockie Murray down the bottom end there, and obviously we never saw Lockie Murray with Evo 2, and we never saw the Evo 2, so they're kind of nobody really knows how they're going to play, I guess.
Yeah, 100%. One of the guys just said in the group show Div 2. At the moment, we don't have any odds for Div 2, just based on we haven't been able to see, the people in Div 2, we haven't been able to see your gameplay, basically. So at some stage there will be some.
There definitely will be throughout the
Yeah.
season as we get the ladder round 1. We'll start seeing.
100%.
We'll create the mods for them.
Yep, 100%. I guess other than voting for yourself, are you guys able to, other than yourself, able to sort of give your suggestion on who you think will be quite, dominant, and maybe someone who might come as a surprise to be playing well?
I think. I'll let you go. You go, Gaiden.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, I think Jack's decent. He's got strong team, the Dogs, and probably would be very hard to beat. I think as one of the favourites. And then I'm gonna go Jacob as a long shot, beaten me a couple times, and we'll just see how he goes. I think.
Yeah, I kind of tend to agree with you there with regards to Jack and the Bulldogs. When it came to preferencing who I would take as the favourite to win the premiership, I put my money on Jack. Actually, he's quite a fierce competitor. In terms of who the surprise it could be, that's a difficult one, but I'd actually like to put my money on Yev as a surprise packet, actually, in Brisbane. He'll be spiriting Reece Melvin, I'm sure. And but also I think he did have a few upsets in the Evo 2 comp as well too, from memory.
Yeah, definitely showed some good form in the Evo comp last year.
Definitely, and that's what we can go off. We can only go off based on, and I think it does read that in the bottom right, basically.
Yeah, but then again, it's a whole new game, so
exactly
anything can happen.
After round 1 or even round 2, the whole odds could definitely be different, I would say. For me, I wasn't going to repeat everyone else. I was actually thinking Jack, just based on he's always been that. I think he's always been that sort of one under the spotlight. It's always been quite good, but not been up that top runner. So I definitely thought Jack is going to be very competitive this season. But my sort of underdog, I would say, which is going to be hopefully pretty consistent, is I reckon it's going to be Spencer. It's going to be pretty good. I played a few games with him the other day. Obviously, it's a very glitchy game, but he played really well. So that's my up and coming one for that. So
interesting. Just reading, Mitchell Palmer sent through his top 3.
Has he actually?
He's popped through
Private message
Gap.
or?
Yeah.
No,
No,
chat.
that was through the Div 1 cat.
Oh, okay, yep.
Coker's cat.
Oh,
so
I didn't look at that.
No, that's all right. So he's taking a same comp multi. The top 3 of first place going to Jack, second place going to Gaiden, and third going to Lockie Muir and the Hawks.
Oh.
So, I think Mitchell's thinking Lockie Muir can turn the Hawks prospects right around in this game. Which would be good.
And there was one other thing I was going to say. So at this stage, just to wrap sort of this up, because this is, I think, unless anyone had some questions, you pop some questions in the chat if you'd like. We'll answer them for you. But I was just going to just wrap it up with saying, obviously trade period is tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Make sure you put it through the website. If you don't know the website, I'll pop it in both of the chats. Also, for those who hadn't already, there is actually tipping going on as well. That thanks to Jack. So if you go on the website, you can actually tip each round. So that'll be just a fun sort of side competition. But I think that's it in base of that. So trade period tomorrow, 9 a.m. Get on the website, pop in your trades. No more than 10 trades. Make sure both the coaches agree in a screenshot and send that through. And we'll basically update everyone on how it's going for whether we're starting on the 15th or not. And just to
Did-
finish this, sorry, you go.
I was just going to say, did we have Lockie and I think we
Yeah,
had
I was just going to say, that's the sort of end of this part telling the info. We've got 2 guys coming in, which we have actually been speaking about. We're going to just interview them, and Dale's got some questions here for them. I'll just get them in. Should be able to unmute your mics there, gentlemen.
Hey, lads.
G'day, Jack. G'day, Locke.
G'day.
G'day, guys.
Well, you guys have been the talk of the town tonight, haven't you?
Yeah, sure.
Expectations,
Jeepers.
How do you feel about having all this expectation on you, Jackie?
Oh, I mean, the game, I can't really tell if I'm with the game or not yet, so high expectations, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many hours have you spent practicing and training?
I don't know, I don't actually know. I think I've played like maybe 7 hours in the game, but it keeps crashing, so.
Yeah. What about yourself, Lockie? How about yourself?
Oh, just here and there, just trying to get through a full game without crashing, like Jack said, to be honest.
Yeah, and how do you feel about having that underdog status?
No, it's good. It's good to take it on, obviously, with the Hawks, you know. Not the highest rated team in the comp, but keen for it. Yeah, ready to go.
That's the way. And so, I guess for the both of you, do you guys have some players that you'll be targeting through the trade period, or types of players that you'll be targeting?
Oh, I don't know yet. I actually don't know. I think like every team's pretty good. Like, there's not one bad team in this comp. Like, as in rankings wise, all the players have been pretty highly ranked. So maybe a new ruckman would be nice for me, to be honest.
Yeah. Are there any like holes that you see with your team, Jack, that you might want to try and plug?
No, not really. Dogs team's pretty good. I just Tim English he's only got like a 96 ruck, and there's about 4 or 5 ruckmans with 95. Oh, sorry, 99 rucking taps. So gonna have to try steal one of them.
Yeah. And what about you, Locke? How are you? Will you be targeting any particular kind of players, or trying to plug any kind of holes in the Hawks? Will you be?
Yeah, probably in the same position as Jack, lacking in the ruck. I mean, I think I've only got a 91 or 92 tap out of Ned Reeves this year, so probably, yeah, the ruck, if anything, but pretty happy with the side, so I won't be making too many changes.
Yeah. And who do you guys think will be the player to watch within Div 1, do you think?
Oh, I think I was gonna take Connor. He's been very good, Evo too, and yeah, he picks up games quickly. So I'll be taking Connor.
Yeah. I guess they don't regard him as the best player in Australia for nothing, I guess. What about you, Locke? Who are you playing?
I think I'm with Zach on this one. I think I'm going to go with Spencer. He's got a lot of time on his hands and has a good side. So I think he'll give it a good run. Give the comp a good shake this season.
Yeah, and
Spencer's just added, or just want to add there. Spencer's just said Bont to the Cats apparently.
Absolutely not, mate. You're dreaming. You can have English.
You can have English. Oh, that's the way. English for Stanley.
No, jeepers, he sucks.
And I guess I'm guessing, Jack, your biggest threat. Your biggest threat is obviously you've just said Connor. But are there any other big threats you kind of worried about?
There's a couple. I mean, you got Mitch. He's been pretty good. Same as Zach. But Yev, I reckon Yev's gonna go very well this season. He was actually pretty good in Evo too. Just didn't win as many games as he probably should have. So be good to see how he goes.
Yep. Oh no, that's great. And what about you, Locke? Who are you thinking your biggest threats are?
I think obviously the 3 favourites, Jaden, Jack, and Connor, will go well, but I do see Zach Gale and Mitch Palmer going all right this season. I mean, they've both got pretty good sides as well, and they're pretty quick to adapt to all the new changes in the game. So I think they'll go all right.
Yep. That's great. And I guess my second last, or my final question, sorry. Who would you consider your biggest rival in this game to be?
Oh, jeepers, that's a good question.
Loving these
I'll probably say
questions.
I'll probably say Kobe. Kobe, to be honest.
Yep.
Had a couple of interesting what's the word for it? Interesting games where lag and stuff and fights have happened. So I'll probably say Kobe, to be honest.
Yep. Jacoby. Yep. Oh
Yeah.
no, that's good. What about you, Locke? Who are you thinking your biggest rival is?
I think I'd probably say Mitch Palmer. We always tend to have really intense games. I know in AFL Level 2, there'd be some really close and high-scoring games on his host, and then the same with my host. And I know that's different this game, but we can really turn it up. So I think Mitch is always someone I enjoy playing and good for a challenge.
Oh, that's some interesting insights there into your thought processes and your mindset around the upcoming season. I think it's going to be a very interesting season. I don't think I tend to think obviously everybody's starting on the same page in terms of it's a new game with new controls
Definitely.
and think this is as equal as the field's going to get in the game, really, in a tournament, I guess.
And there's some bloody great games for round one. I haven't got a graphic for it, but I think we've all seen what they are. Obviously, you've got the Dogs versus Adelaide, Connor and Jack. It's going to be massive. That'll be, haven't worked all the details out, but that'll be streamed, and also think it's you, Dale. You and Mitch.
Yeah,
Sydney Saints.
the annual Pride game in Sydney. Proudly brought to you by Reece Melbourne. So that'll be a good game, I think. I'm already training started, last Thursday when the game was released. So need all the help I can get. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Now,
so,
Jaden, are you still here?
Yeah.
One question from the group chat. Just wanted to bring it up. Stephen Dunlop wants to know why he's been snuffed as being at $29 when he's won a comp before.
Oh. Oh no. No, he has shown some good in the past, but just dropped a bit slightly last season. Hence the odds there. But if we can show some good form early, we'll see them decrease, I think.
Just wanted to put you on the spot there. I think that's about it. So we might wrap it up. But thanks, you two for joining. And,
all the best, Jack and Lockie. All the best. I'm sure you'll do well.
Cheers,
Thanks,
boys.
mate, you too.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, guys. Well, we might wrap it up there. Sorry, Jaden. I just wanted to put you on the bus there for a second because I'm nervous. And I think Mitch has a question for you as well, Jaden.
Yep. Go on.
It's in the chat, I think.
How did the Elite Punters Club go?
Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Mitchell Palmer's made his Elite Gaming Punters Club on the weekend there. Did our quaddie at Sandown. Missed out by one race, so get around that if you want, I think.
I'm sure you'll love the shout out to that. Anyway, we'll end it there. Thanks everyone joining, and will be obviously more info will be updated. There'll be a trade hub on the website as well, so there'll be a section where you can click and see all the trades as they happen. And don't forget, trade period starts at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Excellent. Look forward to receiving everybody's messages then.
That's it.
Yeah. That's it. You'll both be getting some messages there, I think.
Ah.
Oh,
Oh, very good. I've already had a few from people tonight. So, anyway,
In-
thanks everyone joining.
gentlemen.
Thanks guys again, and we'll be back sooner, I'm sure, sooner than later.
All right.